Hi, my name is Javs, also known as Javatronia. I'm a licensed hairstylist, freelance photographer and videographer, as well a glamour boudoir model and blogger. Recently, I was introduced to the world of toy collecting, and here I will share with you my journey and exploration into the world of action figures, not only as a collector and consumer, as well a passionate fan. Hi, this is Javs with Javatronia Reviews and Just Try Media, and today I'm going to present a review of Transformers Universe Generations 1 Autobot Hound with Ravage. And here we are. So the significance of Ravage being paired with Hound really comes down to the mini-series 1984, It's More Than Meets the Eye, Part 2 is where he was captured by Hound. And Hound is Optimus Prime's specialist, tracker, and scout. And really only Hound would be able to track him down and capture him. And so that's really the significance that they have together. Now he's attached onto the back of the Jeep here with these two little pegs in Ravage's 5mm holes that can also be attached and works with the original Soundwave and Sound Blaster, and can also hold the original Ravage weapons. So, if you were looking to replace or use something newer, you are able to do that. And just to show you, here we have Ravage. Here he is. Looks just like Ravage. Has his Decepticon symbol. And you can see here my one hip is a little bit loose, so just gotta be careful with him. Set him off to the side. Alright, now Hound only came with one accessory besides Ravage. Came with this missile launcher, which is a non-firing missile launcher, so you're not gonna have any weapons, shooting out. Alright, and the missile launcher here, you can see, has a little hook, and that's how it's attached in both modes, the vehicle mode and the robot mode, but it can also be a handheld weapon with this handle there in robot mode. Not a lot of detail, kind of disappointing, but I'll take what we can get. Behind these two seats, you'll see these two little holes, that's where it can be attached. Now the Jeep was modeled after the Jeep Hurricane, but not completely because of the design rights. But I think overall has some decent molded details. Paint apps are okay. You have the Autobot symbol there on the hood. Here we have his star, which in the cartoon is actually on the left side, so it's kind of funny it's on the right. I'm not sure if that was done on purpose or if it was always moved around in the show, but that's that. Here his bumper guard is actually removable. Just pegs into a little hole here. Gotta be careful getting that off. So you can see the little peg hole there, and you've got your bumper guard. Now you do have to be a little bit careful. The wheels in the front are loose due to the transformation and how they're attached to the body. It rolls very nicely, as you can see. And one of the other things that I like, the nice little touch they have, is the windshield and the headlights are that clear blue plastic instead of it just being painted or see-through, especially the headlights. So I do like that. Alright, let's head on to transformation. Now we are in robot mode, and here is Hound. Now here is his missile launcher, and you can see the handle piece here goes in his hand, can go on either side, and can also attach to the back here. Each side has a little area that this hook can hook onto. It's very loose fitting, it doesn't securely fit there very well. So if you're moving him around, playing with him, it might just like come off really easily, so you'll just have to reattach it. No big deal, but it is kind of annoying. Alright, let's show you some articulation and then we can go into a few details about his robot mode. Articulation. His head is on a ball joint, so it's 360. It also tilts very well, up and down and side to side. He does have his light piping there, so that's very nice. Shoulders swing in and out. He has shoulder swivel, elbow bend, and no wrist articulation. Hip movement, 360 on a ball joint, so in and out, forwards and back. Swinging, he has a thigh swivel, knee bend, and he does have a toe tilt. He does have a very nice ankle tilt inward, which adds to a lot of posability. So that's his articulation. Now a couple of comments. On our Hound, his hips were very loose, so we had to do a little modification to stiffen them up. So it made it hard to pose him initially, but now he's a little bit better. And with the waist not having really any locking any of these pieces down, it does seem to kind of have a little bit more of a float feel to it. So you have to be very careful and understand that when you're posing him, you might readjust the waist there, especially with the tilt that you get from it. It just adds another element to his posability, whether it's good or bad. The other nice thing, which adds some variation to his posability and aesthetic view, are his wheels here. Now I have them as if they're more like a shoulder pad type style, but you can also put them into more of behind the head view. And then there's one more where it does tuck in together in the very back, so that they're almost not a part of his style, which is this right here. I don't think I'm a big fan of that, but I can understand if someone wanted to do it. And in all these different positions, you can still attach his missile launcher to the back here. Now, with my closing statements, I'd like to say that Autobot Hound is a very decent figure. He has great posability, great articulation, and there's only a few minor things that I would say that just kind of cause little issues or might not be the best configuration or application to his style, but I'm not going to complain. He's very nice, and I do like that he came with Ravage, which is really fun. But other than that, I think he is pretty well done. The green paint is a little bit lighter than I would expect, maybe a little deeper, but all of the paint apps are pretty decent. And then the only other thing that I wish we had was a little more variation or variety in weapons. This being his only weapon is kind of disappointing. You know, take what you can get. We did acquire a few weapons that we use for him on our own display, so he does have a little more firepower. And then you add this, and he really just seems like he is a little more ready for being out on the field. But that's definitely not any reason to pick him up if you haven't already or don't have a placeholder for Hound. Thank you so much for following along with my review on Universe Generations 1 Autobot Hound with Ravage. This is Jazz signing off, and don't forget, enjoy your toys because you never know when they can be taken away.